Next, too many folks get obsessed with the substance of the deal for good reasons. Substance is all of the things that are going to be in the deal. The terms, the offers and counteroffers are about the substance of the deal. The language in the contract is the substance of the deal. What you don't want to lose sight of is process. Process is what gets us from where we are today to the finish line. And the finish line might be a signed deal. It might be the implementation of a deal, depending on the kind of negotiation you're doing. One of the things I advise all of my clients and all of my students to do is to get into the habit of negotiating process before substance. Here's what I mean by that. Imagine a scenario where you've been negotiating for, say, 6 months or 9 months or 10 months. And imagine that this is the kind of deal where that's a good amount of time. And after these 6 or 9 or 10 months, you finally get to the point where you think the finish line is in sight. You think this deal might be able to be done. Now, you've got a couple of concessions saved up in your back pocket for exactly a moment like today. And you throw those out there hoping it will seal the deal. And the other side looks at you and says, thank you, this is great, we really appreciate this, this is very helpful. Now, let me just go talk to my boss and see what she thinks about it. And you're sitting there going, wait, what? You have a boss? I thought this was it. I thought we were done. I've got nothing left to give. That's an example of what can go wrong when you don't negotiate process before you jump into negotiating substance. Negotiating process before you dive into substance is about asking things like, how long does it take an organization like yours to do a deal like this? Who are all the people that need to be signed on before this deal goes through? What are some factors that might speed things up, and what are some factors that might slow things down? Process before substance is also about having conversations like, what are we going to be discussing in the meeting tomorrow? Who's going to be in the room? What about these other issues that we care a lot about? When will we be able to touch on those? All of these things, none of these things have to do with the substance of the deal. It's all about how we're going to get from where we are today to where we want to go. And if you think about the negotiations that fail, many of them fail because people did not give enough attention, did not respect enough process. They didn't have a process strategy, they didn't coordinate on process, they didn't think through process. One other thing I'm going to talk about on process. It's going to be the next lesson. This is point number 5.